I'm R.BHUSHAN. Welcome to ASG IAS. ASG IAS believe in quality, commitment, and success. Today I'm going to share you an article which has been published in Hindu newspaper. 6 years on, Lokpal is a non-starter. 6 years on, Lokpal is a non-starter. The necessary rules, regulations, and machinery are still not in place. This article was written by Anjali Bharadwaj and Amrita Johri. The massive public campaign in 2011 demanding an independent and anti-corruption ombudsman resulted in the passage of the Lokpal law. The political dividend of the agitations was reaped at the national level by BJP, which was fiercely supported the demand for an effective Lokpal and rose to power in 2014 on the plank of the anti-corruption. More than 6 years after Lokpal law received the president's assent, the institution of the Lokpal is yet to play any significant role in tackling corruption in the country. The manner in which the Lokpal has been emasculated by the current regime closely mirrors the undermining of other institutions of oversight and accountability. The preambular statement of the Lokpal and Lokayukta Act 2013 notes that the law has been enacted to ensure prompt and fair investigations and prosecutions in the case of corruption against public servants. The Lokpal was envisioned to be independent. It was accorded to high stature and given extensive powers, including the power to inquire, investigate, and prosecute acts of corruption. Delay in appointments. For more than 5 years, the chairperson and members of the Lokpal were not appointed. The government claimed that since no one could be recognized as the leader of the opposition after 2014 general election, the committee responsible for selecting members of the Lokpal could not be constituted. This malady could have been easily remedied by either recognizing the leader of the single largest party in opposition in Lok Sabha as the LOP, or by amending the Lokpal law to allow the leader of the largest opposition party to be a member of the committee in absence of a recognized LOP. This was done for Sections Committee of the CBI Director. However, neither recourse was taken. The chairperson and members of the Lokpal were appointed only in March 2019 after a contempt petition. Contempt petition was filed in the Supreme Court following the failure of the government to comply with the 2017 ruling of the court to initiate the process of the making appointments. A truncated selection committee without LOP was set up. The Prime Minister, Speaker, and the then Chief Justice of India appointed Mukul Rohatgi, who had earlier served as the Attorney General of India during the BJP regime, as the eminent jurist on the selections panel. The leader of largest opposition party in the Lok Sabha was invited for meetings of the selection committee as a special invitee, which is declined on a ground that it was a mere tokenism. The 4-member selections committee have been a preponderance of the representative of the ruling party with inherent bias towards recommending candidates favored by the government, selected the chair and the members of the Lokpal. The member in which the appointments were made raised doubts about the independence of the Lokpal even before it became operational. Despite the fracas over appointments, many had hoped that once constituted, the Lokpal would nevertheless be a significant oversight body to check corruptions and the arbitrary use of power by the government. More than 10 months later, however, evidence suggests that the Lokpal is a non-starter. Till date, the government has not made rules prescribing the form of the filing complaints to the Lok Sabha. The central government has so failed to formulate rules regarding asset disclosure by public servant. In order to ensure independent and credible actions on allegations of the corruptions, the Lokpal was empowered under the law to set up its own inquiry wing headed by a director of inquiry and its own prosecutions wing headed by a director of prosecution. However, information assessed under Right to Information Act has confirmed that the inquiry and prosecution wings of the anti-corruption ombudsmen are yet to set up. The Lokpal has also not appointed the Director of Inquiry or Prosecution. Further regulations which the Lokpal was obliged to make under the law are yet to made include those specifying the manner and the procedure of conducting preliminary inquiry and investigation. Despite the Lokpal state that scrutinized 1065 complaints received till 2000, September 30, 2019 and disposed of 1000, since necessary procedure to operationalize the law are yet to put in place. The legal veracity of the decision of the Lokpal could potentially be challenged in a court of law. Failure to meet expectations without requisite rules, regulations, and machinery in place, it's not surprising that the Lokpal has failed to meet expectations. In recent times, the only reason for the Lokpal being in the news has been resignation of its judicial member, Justice Dilip B. Bhosle, for undisclosed reason. The failure to operationalize the Lokpal in an effective manner lays bare the lack of political will of the BJP government. It took nearly half a century for the Lokpal law to be enacted from the time to need for the oversight institution was first articulated. It is anybody's guess how much longer it will take before India has an effective, independent and empowered Lokpal. So thank you very much to watch my program. Wish you all the best. God bless you. God bless India. ASG IAS believe in quality, commitment and success. Our foundation course, our success foundation course is the best in all over India.